It's Gotan-E, huh? Gotan-E. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Birthday, right? Like a birth, yeah. I was trying to look it up on Wikipedia, and it wasn't saying anything. But I know there's some other. There's a site on a Zen. There's some Zen.
Sensei has this one.
Talking about
And I hate this one. I don't know how to treat it. So I use this one. You can't
We
even
can
have to
use
use
that
it
if
if you wanted to.
Do they use that in Japan for like makeup?
I also did a 3-hour
Mm. She's coming.
Y'all by essays, and we're doing a scholarship committee today, so
Okay. Oh, you want us to take a look? Yeah. She'll be here. She'll come with the boys.
Oh, I
Okay.
saw, I guess you saw your announcement.
Yeah, I got everything. Yeah.
One of those songs I played once a year.
Sheen on 2, verses 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's the once a year song.
Have what's the other one? Shoe got
That's another one that's once a year song.
verses 1, 2, 3.
Is the choir coming up soon or no? No? That's always a question.
Did you see this?
Yes, I saw that.
What do you think? Is it okay? I didn't know if I should make it bigger, but no. I mean, Candace, if you can see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you usually have to stand first.
And you don't want to,
That's it. That you know.
that's what people,
Have a question.
are you gonna start recording today?
I don't know. And when you do the announcement, make sure you say it's gonna be in the mini chapel, not the jail.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's right, right. Yeah, she said that, sure.
What are you having today? Is it today the hot dogs and stuff? No.
Hot chocolate and
Oh,
Tell me,
okay.
right?
Yeah, because it's so funny, because she said, oh, they have, this is Debbie's sister. What is it? Okay, let's see, she, what do you want to say? Oh, lady, but.
Oh, for the,
where? They're right there in the
Yeah,
foyer?
so please pick one up if you didn't get one on the way in.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, what's up?
The fire is
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sounds good.
Namanda Vatsanamanda 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 Vatsanamanda.
Good morning, everyone. We will begin today's service with meditation followed by Nembutsu. Please join me in placing your palms together in Gassho.
Namu Amida Butsu.
Amamdabutsu.
Namu Amida Butsu.
Amamdabutsu.
Namu Amida Butsu.
Amamdabutsu.
Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.
Okay, good morning again. I am Alan Kawaguchi, and thank you for joining us for today's Shuso Gotan-E service. We are honored to have Reverend Blake Honda as our guest speaker today. Shuso Gotan-E literally means sect founder birthday gathering. It's the birthday of Shinran Shonin on May 21st, 1173, 851 years ago, a long time ago, during not even the Kamakura period yet. So shoguns weren't even around yet, late Heian period. Due to his dedication of sharing the teachings of Amida Buddha in November of 1877, so almost 150 years ago, the Emperor Meiji in Japan honored Shinran Shonin with the title of Kenshin Daishi, which means the seer of truth, great master. And the characters of Kenshin is above the altar of this temple, and I believe all Jodo Shinto temples, so that reads Kenshin in honor of Shinran Shonin. Just a little historical trivia. Okay. We will continue with the chanting of Sambujo, which is called Three Respectful Callings. It can be found on the inside cover of the service book. And this will be followed by the Hyo Bakumon, or the aspiration of today's service, by Reverend Shibata.
Ni San Ge We observe in thankfulness the presence of Shinran Shonin into our world. May his entrusting heart and mind lead us to entrust ourselves in the great compassion so that we too may lead a life of joy, humility, and gratitude. Please join me in Gasho. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.
Okay, we will next have the singing of the Gatha. If the choir can join us in the front, please rise if you're able to do so for the singing of the Gatha. Saint Shinran 2, verses 1 and 2, led by the choir. The Gatha can be found in a program or in the service book on page 205. This will be followed by the recitation of the three treasures, which is also in the program or on page 2 of the service book.
Three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One, now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves your supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in your life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.
Okay, we will continue the service with the chanting of Shoshinge, starting on page 39 through 54 in the service book.
人に南中市南昔インド祭天地論下中華自治域四国村現代聖書位妙如大本税よき釈迦如来両河線一種五名南天竺龍十大自主とせ質の財派無権先絶大乗無常法召喚議事小安楽賢治難行六六信行異行指導楽億年未打仏音願知念即時入筆上唯如上昇如大語お法大偶然音天神菩薩道論説奇妙無下公如来永主ただ謙真実後世の頂戴世願こういう本願力へこ移動群上昇維新気抜く独大崩壊逸弱如大へ収集特使連芸創世界即昇進用法精進有本の林現人図入所自用自用言本心道断両天地上高断超菩薩来三蔵度死十上教本上宣行気楽王天菩薩論中言おどいが見世願おげねこゆたり少女心唯心人惑前本部新人没承知承知即涅槃一心無量光明道小衆上回復権同社継承道南朝唯明浄土活入万全自力変言宗円満徳語 三千章三不三神慶音言粗末を滅道品一生増悪口癖死や女害称名化先導徳名武将位公愛上三女学枠公明明五県二年開入本願第一回行者少女今後心狂気一年総合用意大と逆三人即少少市場楽謙信公開一大教返記や女化二歳先祖出資反戦人法家二度小弁流国中悪人唯小物害悪罪非摂取中煩悩証言追不見大無見上昇願本人言空明仏教霊民前幕本部人新宗教書公編中戦弱音願愚悪性現代生自輪伝言越義上位昇進即入弱偉大一信心にのぬ仏教大自主死と調裁無変国上悪同族自主空洞心有意化心し放送説ナマンダ Namanda Vatsinamanda 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 Namanda.
Okay, we will now have Oshoko or incense offering by the following representatives. It's in the program. Dharma School student Alex Kawaguchi. Dharma School teacher Mike Shibata. Sangha Club, do we have a representative? Thank you. Young Buddhist Association, Andrew Kawaguchi. Young Adult Buddhist Association, Linda Kawaguchi. Youth Athletic Organization, Derek Uemura. Adult Buddhist Association, Dolores Matsumura. Tomonokai, Wayne Morisaki. Thank you for volunteering. Stockton Bukkyo Taiko, Chris Kubo. Stockton Buddhist Women's Association, Janet Sterling. Cortez Hawakai, Kimber Severson. Buddhist Church of Stockton, Debbie Nakade. Okay, next will be the Dharma School message. We'll have Reverend Candace Shibata will now introduce our guest speaker, the Reverend Blake Honda.
Good morning, everybody. It's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Reverend Blake Honda. And in my haste, I forgot to take his bio off the printer. But I think I do know a little bit about Blake Sensei to be able to introduce him. And so actually, we go back a very long time, although I did realize that we have a 10-year age gap. We did cross paths during some events while we were both growing up. And Blake Sensei is from Fowler, so from Central California. How many of you have been to Fowler, the Fowler Temple? Okay, sounds like we might need to take a visit to Blake Sensei's home temple. So it's in Central Cal. He's been very active in his district, and we did cross paths at a few events. But when I did actually meet up with him at a Dharma School Teachers Conference held in Berkeley, California at the Jodo Shinshu Center, there was a passion that he really expressed that maybe even at that time I didn't realize that I even wanted to be a minister yet, but I did notice something very special, a passion about the Dharma that Blake Sensei did have. And so I'm so honored and pleased to have him as our guest speaker, because I know that he has a very special way of sharing the Dharma with everybody, and this passion and this joy comes through when he does share. And so he actually, maybe after your ordination, was Cortez your first guest speaking?
I think so.
Maybe, huh? So we had the pleasure of having Blake Sensei at the Cortez Hawakai, which we know is under Stockton's umbrella, and he was a guest speaker and was very instrumental, along with other friends, in having the second annual Tsukemono Festival. So we tried 19 various tsukemonos that were submitted, and I was drinking water all the way home because I was probably filled with salt, but very, very delicious homemade pickles and things that everybody shared. But Blake Sensei is attending the Institute of Buddhist Studies, and he received his first level of ordination, Tokudo, in Kyoto, Japan, from Honganji, and I think that was December of last year. And very quickly, he'll be returning not to Japan, but to the Jodo Shinshu Center to receive his second level of ordination, Kyoshi. And so hopefully, following his graduation and his completion of Kyoshi ordination, he'll be able to be assigned to one of our temples here in the Buddhist Churches of America. And so you also may know him. He was the voice behind North American Foods, which I know Ruby and Blake Blake Sensei had a wonderful relationship as well. So he comes with a wide variety of different experiences. But again, we are so honored to be able to have him share a Dharma message for our children first, and then of course the adult message following this first portion of the service. So Sensei, without further ado.
Oh, it's dark, so you can all go into deep contemplation if you want to. I heard the AC's not working, so cool your minds, you can close your eyes and just go into deep thought. Okay. Is it on? Okay. Oh, okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me into your Dharma home as we celebrate Gotan-E service, which is the observance of Shinran Shonin's birthday. This is my first time ever actually at Stockton, funny enough. I always was thinking, have I ever been here? But I never have, so it's really nice. It was almost like a college campus. It's really, really nice. You have a nice facility. Okay, well, thank you, Sensei, for your nice introduction. I hope I'm probably not going to hit it, but, we'll see where it goes. Thank you for your kind introduction. Okay, if you can all please join me in Gassho. The light shines everywhere ceaselessly. Thus, Amida is called Buddha of uninterrupted light, because beings hear and apprehend this power of light, their mindfulness is enduring, and they attain birth. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Okay, so once again, good morning. We're all gathered here today to celebrate Shinran Shonin's birthday, also known as Gotan-E, the service in celebration of his birthday, which your chairman did a very good job. I was thinking, what am I going to talk about then? But Shinran was born on May 21st, 1173. Shinran Shonin spent his simple and modest life of 90 years. Hard to believe he lived to be 90 years, with no thought of making himself prominent and impressive among the people, but millions of people, millions of Nembutsu followers are rejoicing over the way of life through the guidance of Amida Buddha and his teachings. So through his efforts, he led a foundation for ordinary people like ourselves to encounter the true aspect of Shinjin, true and trusting mind, and to live a life of oneness and the strength and conviction through the teachings of the Nembutsu, which is Namo Amida Butsu. So now I got the IBS stuff out of the way of making sure I get the doctrine out. We'll try to make it a little bit more fun. So one of Shinran's famous sayings was that he was neither a layman nor monk. I think that's something we all heard of, right? Neither layman or monk. This sense of humility guided many of Shinran's talents in spreading the Dharma and making the Buddha Dharma accessible for everyone to encounter. So I want to show my appreciation for Shinran's efforts in sharing the Nembutsu through a storybook. One of my jobs I had in the past, I was a behavioral therapist with children with autism, and I did that for 3.5, almost 4 years. It was a very challenging but very rewarding job. I learned a lot, definitely learned a lot. So one of the things that I found that I was able to connect with the students I worked with storybooks. So has anyone heard of this book before? I believe I heard some people from Cortez and I think Walnut Grove too maybe, so they might have heard this book already. Okay, so a few people, great. Okay, we'll go right into it. One day I had an idea. Where did it come from? Why is it here? I wondered, what do you do with an idea? At first, I didn't think much of it. It seemed kind of strange and fragile. I didn't know what to do with it. So I just walked away from it. I acted like it didn't belong to me. But it followed me. I worried what others would think. What would people say about my idea? I kept it to myself. I hid it away and didn't talk about it. I tried to act like everything was the same as it was before my idea showed up. It wanted food. It wanted to play. Actually, it wanted a lot of attention. I showed it to other people, even though I was afraid of what they would say. I was afraid that if people saw it, they would laugh at it. I was afraid they would think it was silly. And many of them did. They said it was no good. They said it was too weird. They said it was a waste of time and that it would never become anything. But then I realized, what do they really know? This is my idea, I thought. No one knows it like I do, and it's okay if it's different and weird and maybe a little silly. I decided to protect it, to care for it. I fed it good food. I worked with it. I played with it. But most of all, I gave it my attention. I built it a new house, one with open roof, where it could look up at the stars, a place where it could be safe to dream. I liked being with my idea. It made me feel more alive, like I could do anything. It encouraged me to think big, and then to think bigger. It shared its secrets with me. It showed me how to walk on my hands, because it said, it is good to have the ability to see things differently. Then one day, something amazing happened. My idea changed right before my eyes. It spread its wings, took flight, and burst into the sky. I don't know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. It wasn't just a part of me anymore. It was now a part of everything. And then I realized, what do you do with an idea? You change the world. So that's the end. What do you guys think? Cute? Or eh? Or maybe you're contemplating too. So ideas are moments that we sometimes overlook. We have an idea and it can be exciting yet scary at the same time. Just like the character in this book, the young boy expressed his fear of being teased or misunderstood for sharing his ideas. But these ideas is what motivate people to become teachers, to become doctors, inventors, and so forth. So becoming a part of something helpful in our world. Shinran Shonin had an idea that was a little different from everyone else. An idea that you don't have to be a monastic to be enlightened. You can be an ordinary person. With the guidance of his teacher Honen, Shinran's idea transformed, breaking the boundaries of monastic and lay people, sharing the teachings that Amida Buddha's vow power grasps everyone, regardless if you are a layman or a monk or in the monastic. Which means Amida Buddha's vow, that person who's right up here in our altar, made the vow that protects our idea, that protects you to be who you want to be, just as you are. So when someone does something kind for us, we simply say, thank you, right? And this is the Nembutsu. This is Namo Amida Butsu. It's an expression of our gratitude for this protection. So so everyone just being here today, just as you are, your ideas are protected. You're embraced just the way you are, which allows you to grow, learn, and absorb as much as you can. While our ideas are protected, it is also up to us to protect the ideas of our fellow friends, family members, Sangha members, and even strangers. And we can do this by learning and receiving this message together. As we celebrate the birthday month of Shinran Shonin, we are reminded that we received this gift from Amida Buddha through Shinran Shonin's teachings. We express our gratitude for what he brought to this world, making this teaching accessible, making it possible for all of us to hear and receive the Dharma. If you can all please now join me in Gassho. The light shines everywhere ceaselessly. Thus, Amida is called Buddha of uninterrupted light, because beings hear and apprehend this power of light, their mindfulness is enduring, and they attain birth. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sensei Honda, for for your wonderful message. Now, for those that are able, please stand for the singing of the Gatha Shinshu Shuka. I would like to have the choir up in the front as well. This will be followed by the recitation of our pledge, followed by Nembutsu, and that will be on the back cover of the service book.
Our pledge. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words, just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance, I shall think and act with an open mind, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I will share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works to liberate all. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namandauts, namandauts, namandauts. Namandauts.
Announcements, there we go. Okay, announcements for today. We'll be having our high school college graduation ceremony on June 9th. Please join us in honoring our graduating students. On June 2nd, we'll be having our annual animal memorial service for our beloved pets that have passed away over the last year. Please bring a small picture of your departed friend to be placed on the altar for the service. Please join Reverend Shibata on May 27th for Memorial Day services. You can see the karma for the schedule of locations and times. Yaba will be having their pizza game night on June 1st from 5 to 8. Admission is free to Friends of the Temple, and you don't have to be a member of Yaba to come. Please join us, but please RSVP to Yaba President Linda Kawaguchi. Tampopo Gakko, the Dandelion School for youngsters, will be July 15th through the 18th this year. Registration is open until June 1st, open to children age 6 to 11. Please see the flyer in the karma for details, or you could talk to, I believe, Misa Horita and Carrie Wong for that. No service next week due to the Japanese American Citizens League picnic. Donation of bingo, silent auction, and bazaar raffle prizes are still being accepted and appreciated and requested and appreciated. Please drop these off during regular office hours at the temple office. Reverend Shibata's book club will meet on May 22nd at 6:30 p.m. If you are interested in participating, please contact Reverend Shibata. Sangha Club is continuing the collection of aluminum cans and recyclables, plastic bottles, and cans. Donations may be left by the white bin under the carport area. Help keep recyclable bottles and cans out of our landfills while supporting one of our youth organizations. Are there any other announcements? Okay. Oh.
Happy Parents' Day. As we don't have service on Father's Day, we are combining Mother's Day and Father's Day and celebrating it today. We welcome all parents to take a bag consisting of 2 blank greeting cards and a washi pen. These are in the foyer and you can pick them up when you leave. Everyone is invited to join in the Parents' Day luncheon. It'll be in the mini chapel following the adult service and classes for the students. The lunch is provided by the Sangha Club, YBA, and Dharma School. Events coming up. Monday is taiko practice in the gym from 5:30 p.m. Thursday is Tomonakai craft session. It's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the mini chapel. As mentioned, next Sunday is the JCL picnic. It's a combined French camp, Lodi, and Stockton JCL. It'll be held at Mickey Grove Park from 11 a.m. You do not have to be a member of JCL to participate. You can either eat in your own family group or join in a potluck session with other individuals. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So lots of new faces. So last week we talked about this, but the Beast Day is celebrating 125 years this year. And as a commemorative, the Federation of Dharma School Teachers League created a Monto Shikisho. Actually, it was Reverend Candace's idea that brought it. This is kind of like itadakimasu in a way, because it has all the different, it has animals and vegetables on here, wheat, things that you would use in preparing a meal. So it's really appropriate for the kids to learn about gratitude and wear this to show that they're dedicated to the Jodo Shinshu path. So we have it in 2 sizes. We have an adult size that's $45, and we have a children's size where the pattern is scaled down a little bit. scaled down a little bit for smaller necks and smaller bodies. This one is 35. We actually sold out of the adult size. So we have another 150 on order, but even that is already almost cut in half. So if you're interested in purchasing one, please let me know. We do have some children ones available. We have 2. And then the adult ones, like I said, we are sold out, but I'll make sure we get an order in if you're interested in purchasing the adult one. And last week, Reverend Candace was wearing her wagesa, which is the minister's version. So anyways, if you're interested, please let me know, and I'll leave it on the organ if you want to take a look as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mike and Darlene. All right, any other announcements? Okay, this will conclude the first portion of our service, and we would like to thank everyone for their attendance, and Reverend Honda for his Dharma School message. So at this time, the Dharma School students up to 6th grade are dismissed to the classes, but please come forward and offer incense if you haven't done so already. And then we'll have Reverend Honda deliver the adult Dharma message.
Okay, so again, it's my pleasure to have Blake Sensei give the adult message for today's program. So, sorry, you might have to lift up the microphone. I lifted it down to my height. Sorry.
Okay, welcome back. Thank you for staying. We'll go ahead and proceed. If you can join me in Gasho. The light shines everywhere ceaselessly. Thus Amida is called Buddha of uninterrupted light, because beings hear and apprehend this power of light. Their mindfulness is enduring, and they attain birth. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Okay, well, hello, welcome back. I'm grateful you're all here and you stayed. Thank you so much for, Reverend Candace earlier. We do go, it's hard to believe how time flies, but I don't think we have that much of an age gap, but anyways, I remember a lot of our encounters through Dharma School conferences and Techno Buddha, and even at IBS when you're going to school there. I think it was making me nervous to think, oh my gosh, is that what is required? And now being there, it's very, I just finished my last paper last week, so it feels good, but then now it's back into it because we have our, what would you call that? Our, not entrance exam, what do you call, like, for Kyoshi, like our, it's an exam that allows you to get into, to do Kyoshi. So what would you call that? That would be like a, I don't know, it's an exam. It's terrible. But anyways, it's, it's a lot. So it's next June, and then in November, we'll have our 11-day boot camp kind of a thing, just like Tokudo. And they're sending, I think, 2 or 3 instructors from Nishiyama to run the program. So it's very nice. So anyways, thank you so much. Again, grateful to be here. I'd like to now continue to my adult portion of the Dharma talk. It's so weird, kids, adult. I feel like we're all adults or just kids too at the same time. I'm still a kid. But anyways, I want to still proceed with the storybook that we talked earlier about ideas. And I also want to share a chapter of my life, as I shared earlier, when I was a teacher with children with autism. So then, just to make this a little bit more engaging, we see a picture up here, right? So what would you say this picture is? A truck. Oh, very good. Okay, we're all on the same wavelength. Very good, very good. So yeah, most would say truck, right? But some would say it's a garbage truck or a red truck or a cartoon truck. So this picture of a truck can be described in many ways, but simply put, right, it's a truck. So I was assigned to a student, and I'll call him Mike, and at that time he was 5 years old, and he had trouble with his speech and some motor skills. But through time and hard work, he excelled rather quickly. One particular area, the area that he excelled well in was at identifying objects and things. So it sort of goes like this, right? I'll prompt him, I'll say, okay, Mike, what is this? Which is a middle one. He'll say, oh, it's a bus. I'll go, good. Mike, what is this? Oh, car. Oh, very good. Michael, what is this? Oh, motorcycle. Oh, very good, right? So we go down and down. I say, okay, Mike, what is this? And he'll say, Dada. So, I went, okay. So we went through all the pictures again. We went through the bus, motorcycle, car. But every time we get to the truck picture, he would say, Dada. So I tried reinforcing and redirecting. However, he kept calling the truck Dada. I talked to my supervisor, and she was also puzzled about why he was calling the truck Dada. Maybe he was having issues with saying the name truck. So all in all, I continued to work with Mike, but as weeks passed, we both became very frustrated. So he could tell I was getting frustrated, and still I also knew he was also getting frustrated with me. I sensed this deep annoyance in him about, speaking to me with his eyes, why can't you understand me? But it wouldn't be till later I find out why. So his father is a truck driver. And Mike was associating the picture of the truck with his father, whom he calls Dada. I leaned over to Mike and I said, your dad, your father, your Dada is a truck driver. And his face grew and the biggest smile appeared, and he threw his hands up in the sky and laughed and fell backwards. And I said, oh my gosh, Mike, I'm so sorry. All this time you've been trying to tell me that your dad is a truck driver. And we both exchanged a smile that expressed that we finally understood each other. We were finally on the same wavelength. But I said, but we still need you to pass this exercise in order to move on. So I said, okay, Mike, what is this? And he said, truck. So I remember walking to my car after our session was done, and I just sat there for a while in my car in deep reflection. I was thinking, oh my gosh, did I just get schooled by a 5-year-old? However, I wasn't so much embarrassed by that, but somewhat ashamed that I was so convinced that I was right. I totally missed that Mike was trying to tell me all this time that his dad was a truck driver. I mean, what I saw was a truck, and I know what a truck is, but Mike, he had a deeper appreciation of what the truck represented. I kept thinking how I missed it, and of course it was because of my ego. My idea that I know more than him because I'm the teacher and he's the student. You know, good grief. I was already setting myself up for failure from the very beginning. But it was a fantastic experience. Mike reminded me about patience and the willingness to learn from a different angle. So we can see this aspect of learning to see things from a different angle from the book we read earlier. I liked being with my idea. It made me feel more alive, like I could do anything. It encouraged me to think big and then to think bigger. It shared its secrets with me. It showed me how to walk on my hands because it said it's good to have the ability to see things differently. So because of this encounter, because of Mike, I can now see a truck from a different angle, a different perspective. Shinran also saw things from a different angle. He saw a flaw in the Buddhist system of monastic being separate from lay people. And in my case, in regards to Mike, a separation of a teacher, right? A teacher who thinks they are separated from a student. But speaking to us, but Shinran stressed that Amida Buddha grasps all of us, speaking to us, or me, Blake, wake up and listen. It's not just about you, it's not just about me, but it's about everything. I don't know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. It was not just a part of me anymore, it was now a part of everything. The more I reflect on the encounter with Mike, I laugh because I really thought I was the one being patient. Like, why can't he get it? Why doesn't he understand? When in actuality, Mike was the one being patient and thinking, what's wrong with this guy? Why can't he understand me? So from that point, my idea as the role of a teacher shifted, just like the boy in this story. The boy's idea transformed through this many encounters. Shinran Shonin as well also went through this transformation. He began studying Tendai practice at Mount Hiei. He started with the idea that he could achieve enlightenment. However, Shinran saw the corruption in the Tendai school, from the administration to monks and the government. He saw how their words failed. So if a monk can fail, how can anyone else make it? How can anyone else reach enlightenment? How could he, Shinran Shonin, reach enlightenment? It was a very defeating moment, and I'm sure we can all sympathize with that feeling. We have all encountered a moment like this in our lives, where we fell short. We fell short, a feeling of disappointment, defeat, and sadness, after investing years into something that turned out differently than one expected. Shinran Shonin spent a large part of his life with the idea that I, Shinran, want to become enlightened for the benefit of all beings. Still, he found that this idea of self-power could not work. It was through this defeat that he encountered Honen, his teacher. From there, Shinran Shonin's idea transformed from self-power to other power. He found through the teachings from Amida Buddha that the primal vow is the exclusive power that grasps everyone himself included. So Shinran's idea of enlightenment still remained the same, but it transformed from thinking it was earned through his efforts to realizing that the effort had already been accomplished. It's already been there through Amida Buddha. Furthermore, he learned that this idea was not just his own, but prompted by Amida Buddha. When Shinran Chonin realized his own limitations and recognized the compassionate acts of Amida Buddha, his mind and Amida's mind became connected. And this is the aspect of Shinjin, finally recognizing the voice being called constantly by Amida Buddha. So then, what do you do with the idea? As the boy in this story asked. What do you do with an idea? You change the world. Shinran realized that by being embraced by the vow power of Amida Buddha, he has the freedom to be himself, neither layman nor monk. This liberated him to spread the Dharma among the different social classes and make the teachings accessible for everyone. He shared that Amida Buddha has achieved their original idea that grasps everyone through the primal vow. Hearing and receiving this, we respond in gratitude. Namo Amida Butsu. If you can please join me in Gassho. The light shines everywhere ceaselessly. Thus Amida is called Buddha of uninterrupted light, because beings hear and apprehend this power of light. Their mindfulness is enduring and they attain birth. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you very much. Oh, okay.
That concludes our service. If you haven't offered incense, please do so. And the food is at the mini chapel today. Thank you very much.
And thank you again, Blake Sensei, for your wonderful messages. We appreciate you coming, especially all the way from Fowler, despite your very, very busy schedule and preparation. So thank you so much for joining us. We hope you can join us for the lunch too. So, okay, yes, please come forward, and then we'll be happy to celebrate Parents' Day in the mini chapel for the luncheon, as Alan said. Thank you.